Today we'll discuss about the some important topic here, like versions of the SAP. So some basics we'll discuss today here in SAP basics class today. Okay. So first of all, so morning everyone. Thanks for the joining the class for today. So yeah, first of all, normally we discuss what is SAP here, right? We discussed about this one. SAP is a system application software. The abbreviation of SAP is systems, applications, and products. Systems, application, and so products here. So products means that is the ERP product. Application means it's a one of the application. So if you want to run your business, you want to run your business, you need one system, you need one application, that is the SAP application, you need one product, that product is called the ERP product here. So SAP is a widely used enterprise, widely used enterprise software. Just sometimes you may face some difficulties about the some words. What means enterprise software products, right? So why? Because it's easy. While going through the upcoming classes, you will get all those things here. Okay, so don't get confused. It's a very simple. Okay, so you can easily understand the terms and everything here, right? SAP is a widely used enterprise software. Enterprise means organization. So every organization, so they will use this SAP application, SAP software here for their business. So that's enable every department to access the, so every department, and they will access the SAP, and they will create the environment, they will create the work environment here. So every employee in the company, they will use the SAP application for their day-to-day activities here. So SAP comes from ERP. ERP is the enterprise resource planning software company. In this, SAP is one part. SAP also comes under the ERP here. So in the SAP, we are discussing about the, so basis here means technical. It's not the coding part, pure technical here. This is the pure technical things. That's the reason everybody can learn the SAP basis here. Why? Because it's a pure technical part here. In that SAP here, so it's a SAP is the application software, not the DB software, not the operating system. It's a application software here. Application software in 1972, five ex-service IBM people, five ex-service IBM people. So they have developed this SAP application. They have developed this SAP application here in 1972. Five ex-service German people, German employees. So that's why SAP is a German product, not the Indian software. It's a Germany software here. So that's why here two types of languages by default available in the SAP here. One is the English, second one is the German, Dutch. So these two languages are available in the SAP application here, right? So it's a revolutionary product of the ERP here. It's a very, means worldwide, it's a growing product. SAP product is it's a very growing here. Every company, so they are using this SAP here. So coming to the SAP, we are discussing about the SAP. So in the SAP, we have so many modules are there here. SAP, initially they have introduced the R1. R1 means so real-time tier 1 architecture based upon the mainframes they have deployed. Then R2 architecture. Now it's a R3 architecture. That time they have introduced the ECC, SAP ECC product, SAP ECC. So enterprise core component. This is one of the core component for the every organization. Every organization, ECC is the entrepreneur component. So all our work, everything we will discuss on the ECC only. ECC product, SAP ECC, we are discussing on here. So SAP contains multiple technologies. 150 plus technologies are there in the SAP. It's not word, just single word. SAP contains 150 plus technologies are there. In that, ECC is the one technology, NetWeaver is the one technology, BWM, SCM, CRM, SARM, so PI, PO, like that we have the 150 plus technologies are there in the SAP here. In that, we are discussing about the first, we are discussing about the ECC NetWeaver. Then HANA database we will discuss here. So let's start discussing about the ECC here. ECC is the one of the core component server here. So where all your entire organization, all business customers, all business, they will use the ECC software. All business, they will use the ECC software here. ECC means you should know about the enterprise core component. This is the core component here. So let's talk about the versions of ECC here. Versions of the ECC here. So initially, so they have released SAP ECC 5.0. They have released into the market. So, sir, what is mean by SAP 5.0? That is the version number here. Same in our mobile phones or your Android phones, your laptops like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 9. How we have the versions for our SAP also, we have the one strategy versions. There is a strategy here that is called the SAP ECC 5.0, right? Then after that, SAP ECC 6.0 is available. Then immediately they have not released the SAP ECC 6.0, 7.0 here. Then after that, they have released the subcomponents here. Subcomponents means EHP1. So subcomponents means EHP1. So enhancement packages. EHP means so enhancement. So enhancement packages 1. So that's why shortcut we will call it as the EHP. They have released it here. So why we are discussing about the history means versions means. So here sometimes, so the people during the interview discussion, some technical discussion, so the panel will ask you some questions on the history. Why? Because we are keeping the 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of experience. In that time, we should know about the some background, some history also we should know, right? So that's why we are discussing about the versions, the first of all versions here, right? In the versions, so here, first of all, they have released the EHP, ECC 5.0, then 6.0, then all are thinking about the 7.0, they will release it. Then 6.0 EHP1, they have released it. So EHP version, software version. Make sure ECC, this is the software version here. It is the software version here. It is the software version, ECC 5.0, 6.0. All are. So it's a software versions here. All are the software versions here. So it is all are the software versions here. So normally we know, right, why they will release the software updates here. Anybody knows here? Normally in our mobile phones or laptops, so regularly or frequently we will get the updates, updating our softwares. Why? Anyone can explore? Anybody knows? So why we are getting the mobile updates here? Example, in your mobile phone, in your mobile, sometimes you are getting the app updates. You are updating your app. Means your version is changing to the one version to another version. You are updating your laptop. So why? What is the reason? So the reason is yeah, someone.
Yeah, I think the latest features will get updated, right?
Right.
Like,
Right. Exactly. So the latest fixes, new functionalities, the fixing the old bugs, code errors, program errors, something like new enhancements all these things they will fix it. They will change the version to the EHP1. So then when they are using the EHP1, then if there are any issues, why? Because it's a real-time software. It's a real-time business software here. Real-time business software here. So when they are using this EHP softwares and everything here, when they are using the EHP softwares and everything here, so you may, some customers, they will detect the some code errors, some fixes, some bugs, some new enhancements, some new features. They will think and they will innovate it. In that case, they will fix it in the another version, not in the same version here. They will create, they will fix it in the another version. They will release the new version into the market here. So the customers who are already having the issues, then they will upgrade their versions to the latest versions, right? Same as we are also, right? In our app is not working means you will update your app to the latest versions. Mobile phone also you will update to the latest versions here, right? So and also when you ECC, they like that they have released the EHP3. Then like that up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8 EHP8. So they have released into the market here. Up to EHP8. So they have released into the market here. They have released into the market here, right? So here EHP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 8. So these versions are up to here, versions are released here in the EHP version here. Then immediately they have changed their architecture. Then they have introduced the SAP S4 HANA version. They have introduced into the market here. SAP S4 HANA version they have introduced into the market. So the ECC versions, they have stopped up to EHP8. The next version, they have not released the EHP9. They have changed it to the EHP. So they have removed this concept, EHP, ECC's concept. They have introduced the fourth generation. This is the SAP S4 HANA is the fourth generation business suite, fourth generation simplified business suite here. So like that, they have released the new architecture, new in-memory architecture. So S4 HANA versions, they have released into the market here. In the S4 HANA also, we have the S4 HANA 1511, right? 1511 they have released it into the market here, means 2015 11th month here. Then after that S4 HANA 1610. Then after that S4 HANA 1709. So they have released it into the market here. Then after that S4 HANA yearly ones, they have started releasing the 1809 here. Then 1901 here. Then SAP S4 HANA 2002 here. Then S4 HANA, then 2005 they have released it to the market here. Then S4 HANA 2020 they have released it to the market here, right? So then S4 HANA 2021. Then yes, year wise, then they have mentioned the years name 2022. Then S4 HANA 2023. 2023 is the latest version. This is the latest version in the market here. So latest version in the market. So 2015 they have started their releasing the S4 HANA version. Then till now 2023 up to here they have mentioned the month, year. So then from up to somewhat level onwards, they have started releasing the they have started like year wise. Yearly they have mentioned their version strategy here. But next version, when then 2024 they will release the S4 HANA 2024, they will release it here. But as of now, 2023 is the latest version in the market which they have released, which they have released into the market here, which they have released into the market here, right? So that is the main thing here, right? So then this is the latest version in the market which they have released here, right? So then So in the ECC, we have this is the latest version which we will discuss. In the S4HANA, this is the latest versions which we will discuss here. This is the versions of our technologies which we are going to discuss here. The next one, so SAP ECC is the product which we are going to use every customer. Then SAP NetWeaver, then SAP S4HANA, so then SAP HANA database. So during the database topic time, we will discuss about the SAP HANA also. During the database topic time, we will discuss about the HANA database. Then S4HANA here. Now we'll discuss about the ECC and NetWeaver systems here. Right? ECC versions, we know what is the latest version means. Now you can explain the what is the latest version of the ECC here. So NetWeaver means NetWeaver. So NetWeaver systems here, right? So NetWeaver systems here. So in the NetWeaver systems, what is the versions here? SAP, so NetWeaver, so what are the versions here we have here, right? So what are the versions we have in the market here? SAP NetWeaver, initially they have released the, so in 2007, they have released the, 7.0 years, you no need to remember years. It does not require, no one ask the questions on the year. Just only the product versions they may ask you. That's why in the shortcut, NetWeaver 7.0, 7.1, then 7.2, then NetWeaver 7.3, then NetWeaver 7.4, then SAP NetWeaver 7.5 is the latest version. SAP NetWeaver is the 7.5 is the latest version here we have here, latest version here, right? In the SAP NetWeaver version, especially for the Java stack, SAP 7.5 is the latest version here in the market here. So why we are discussing about the first topic is versions is, so history, we should know some history about the SAP versions here, right? So that's why we are discussing about the SAP versions here. Otherwise, what will happen tomorrow? Someone asked the question, the basic question, what is the current versions of the SAP? SAP means SAP, there is no version. SAP contains, there are the multiple products in that ECC, NetWeaver, S4HANA, HANA, like that we are the CRM, SRM details we have. In that, they will ask the what SAP product do you have the experience? ECC. Why? Because everybody they will use the ECC here. Everybody they will use the ECC here. So in that ECC, so what is the product? In the ECC, what is the product? We have to install it here. In the ECC, what is the product here? In the ECC, the product version is the ECC 6.0. EHP E8 is the latest version which I am working on. Like that, you need to answer. That's the reason we are discussing about the product versions here. That's the reason. See, we are discussing about the product versions in the SAP here, right? So to install the SAP, so what we required here? SAP is the application software here. So here to install the SAP, so directly we can go to the, how can we download the softwares here? How to install the softwares here? So like where to download it here? So all those things we should know, right? So for this one, first of all, we should know about how to install it, then where to download the softwares. First of all, what we required to install the SAP softwares here, right? These are the some basic things we should be required here, right? So to install the SAP here, we should discuss about the hardware requirements, SAP hardware requirements. So this is the one of the important topic here, SAP hardware requirements. Normally, if you want to install any music player, any media player, right, any software, directly you will download from the Google. Directly you can right click and you will do the double click, you will install it, right? But SAP is not like this here. Why? Because SAP is the one of the business application software. Business application software here. SAP is the one of the business application software. So we should be carefully plan our hardware. We should carefully plan our softwares, all those things we should be carefully plan it here. So coming to the hardware requirements, SAP, what is the operating systems it will support to install the SAP, to work on the SAP, what are the operating systems, right? So SAP we can install on any operating systems. Any operating system means how many operating systems we have in the market currently. Anybody knows? At least one or two,
Windows, Linux,
right?
or
Yes.
Ubuntu.
Yes. Yeah. So SAP we can install on the Windows Server editions, right? Or and also on the Linux platforms, AX, Sun Solaris. So any Linux platform, SUSE Linux, Red Hat Linux, we can install the SAP software. SAP software, we can install the any OS, any operating system here. Any operating system, we can install the SAP application here. So this is the OS. So coming to the database. So coming to the database here, what databases we required here? So how many databases are there in the market here? So can we install the SAP on any databases or any particular database here? Anybody knows what are the databases we have in the market?
MySQL, MaxDB,
Okay, good, super.
DB2, DBA.
Okay. Yes, right. So, so here we have SAP. So we can, it's like any database, we can install SAP on any database. Any databases means SQL Server, Oracle, right? MaxDB, Sybase, right? DB2, IBM DB2, and also HANA DB. So any database we can install the SAP here. SAP is the one of the flexible application. Flexible application means it can be installed on the any operating systems. It can be installed on the any databases here. Why? Big database is must and should here. Why? Because to store the business data, definitely the DB is required here. To store the business data, your database is definitely it's required here. So that's the reason we can install SAP on any database here, right? So how much RAM is required here? How much space we required here, right? How much RAM, how much space, then what is the, so CPU, how many CPUs you required here, right? So these all these things, this all those things we should consider here, especially for the RAM size. For the SAP, we don't require, for SAP applications, we don't require much RAM here. So for the training purpose, minimum 8 GB RAM is fine here. Minimum 8 GB RAM. For real time, when you are using 16 GB is enough for the non-production systems here. For the real time, you require the 16 GB, but here, from here, you don't require much here. We don't require much here. Why? Because it's a, so SAP is the small application here. You don't require much here. So that's why to install the SAP application, minimum 8 GB is enough. Maximum you can install anything here. Space, the space wise, how much space we required. So for SAP, minimum 200 GB free space required at operating system level. So minimum 200 GB free space required at operating system level to install the SAP application, right? How many CPUs we required here? So CPUs wise, here, so one CPU, normally there is a CPU, one CPU will handle the, one physical CPU, I mean to say, one physical CPU will handle the, so 14 GB of RAM memory here, 14 GB of memory here. So if you have 8 GB, one CPU is fine. If you have 32 GB RAM, 32 GB memory is there, then you need the two CPUs here. So like this, you need to plan our CPUs. We need to plan our CPUs like this. We need to plan the CPUs here, right? So this is the CPUs here. So number of how much RAM by 14, you will get the number of CPUs you will get here. So network, what is the network bandwidth here? So it should have good network. I mean to say good network here. So SAP recommended 1 Gbps, 1 gigabyte per second. So so Mbps also fine here too. Here in the real time, it would be proper bandwidth here to install the SAP here, right? So these are the hardware requirements to install the OS should be ready. Then, so space, RAM, DB, CPUs, network. So these are the things we should be ready to work with the SAP here. Then what about the software requirements here? What are the software requirements? Why? Because we have to install the SAP. In that SAP, we need to work. We have to work on that SAP here. To work on the SAP, first of all, we should know, right? Why? Because we are the basis team. Our team consultant, our role is the basis consultant here. So we should know about what is the software recommendations. What are the hardware recommendations? Why? Because as a basis consultant, technical consultant, we are the responsible to install the SAP applications here. So we are the responsible to install the SAP applications here. So we should know about what are the hardwares and what are the softwares we required here, right? This is the first question they may ask you during the interview point of time here, right? What are the hardware? So you mentioned like in your resume, you have done the installations. Can you tell me what are the softwares and hardware recommendations you followed? So you need to mention the SAP we can install on the any OS, any DB. So RAM also not much required. Minimum 8 GB is okay, or 16 GB is fine. Space, CPUs, network. So these all are comes under the network here, hardware requirements here. Coming to the software parts here, here we require the SWPM software, not in the one software. SAP, you mean to like one small application we can download from the Google, we can install it. Why? Because it's not like that here. It's not a business application, it's a business application. It's not like free open source software. The softwares are not free, SAP softwares. We need to purchase the softwares, right? There is a licensing is associated for the softwares here. So here, for the software requirement side, we need SWPM. SWPM softwares we required. I will explain how to download also. SWPM means software provisioning manager. Then SWPM kernel, then exports, then the fourth one DB client. The fifth one, we require the SAP host agent. SAP host agent. So these are the softwares we required from the SAP here. These are the softwares we should be required to install the SAP application here, not in the one software. These 5 softwares we have to download, then we have to install it here, not in one software to download it, just install it. So we have to download it here. So here, these are the software requirements. These are the hardware requirements we should know here. Then one more thing is here. So how to download? I will tell you how to download these softwares also here, right? I will tell you the how to download the software. It's not like that you will not get anything from the Google. It's like, say it's not the open source. Open source means, you know, right? Open source means it's not free. Okay, it's a license based softwares here, right? So here, before we go further, these all are the common things here, the introduction things here. So here, before we go further in the SAP to discuss the further topics here, we should require the some technical terms here. We should know we are discussing about the many technical words here, right? Business suite, products, versions, right? So many software requirements, hardware requirements. So these all are the some technical words we should be we have discussed now. Same as like in SAP, while going the further topics here, we should be know about the what is the SAP SID. This is the technical terms here. Some terms, technical terms here, which means so daily usage, daily when we are discussing the class, we will discuss about these words actually. What is mean by SID? What is mean by instance number? What is mean by the host name? What is mean by computer name? Right? Computer name. Then what is mean by SAP? What is mean by application server? Right? What is mean by DB server? What is IP? You know, right? IP means so IP. Every host there is a IP is associated here, right? Port. What is mean by port number? Port number. Port means tunnel. So it kind of ports. LAN. What is mean by LAN? Local area network. WAN means world area network, right? So this is the concept here. This one are the usual things here. But here SAP side, these technical terms like SID. SID means, so when you are installing the SAP, we have to give the one common name here. One name we have to put. So normally, when for the born babies, okay, for born babies, how we will give the namings to the born babies. Same way, when you are installing the SAP system means you have to give the one name, one SID. That SID is called the system identification. System identification. Why we are giving the name to the born babies? For the identification purpose, right? Same as like here also, we have to give the SID. So which means system identification. In the system identification, so here there is a standard naming convention here. So here we need to follow the 3 alpha numeric characters here. 3 alpha. So numeric characters we have to follow here. Numeric characters here, which means the first letter should come to the character, not the number here. So 3 alpha numeric characters we have to keep it here. Suppose like if you are installing the SAP standard ABC or ECD development, ECD, ECQ, NetWeaver development system, NetWeaver quality server, something like that, we have to put it. But it's not like that, 1 AB, right? So two letters should not, number should not come in front of the your SID here. It's like 3 alpha numeric characters, then 3 alpha numeric character. It's like a 3 alpha numeric characters here. The 3 alpha numeric characters, the first letter should be so character. Remaining anything is fine. The first letter should be the alphabet letter. 3 alpha numeric characters here. Okay, that is the SID naming convention. So when you have to give this SID means when you are installing the SAP application, that time you need to give this SID here. Okay, then instance number. Instance number means 2 digits two digits number here, which means 0 to 99 it will come. 2 digits number 0 to 99 here. Any number we can give to the SAP, same as like Aadhaar number. So once the baby is born, after some times we will take the Aadhaar number, right? For the identification purpose. Why? Because so same name, we have the 2 babies, there is a typical to identify. Then we have so 2 digits number 0 to 99. In this one, any number you can give it to the so your baby here means your SAP system here, so that it will be easy to identify the what SID, what is the instance number to connect here, right? So that is the number, 2 digits number we have to give it here, mandatory. So host name means your computer name here. Suppose when you are working in the Windows systems, normally we know, right? So computer name means if you go to this PC and properties, then you will see the computer name here. What is your computer name here, right? So same as like you will get the computer name here, right? You will get the computer name. this PC computer, then you will get the computer name. So this is your computer name here, right? SAP Windows 1, your operating system name. This is your computer name. So like that, so in the Windows, we have the naming convention is called the computer name, right? The Linux same name is called in the Linux operating system. There is no computer name. The word they have renamed to the host name here, right? So application server name means when you install the SAP on this, if you install the SAP application on this operating system name is called the application server name. When you install the database on this OS, this operating system name is called the database server name. So it's all are same. The DB server name, application server name, computer server name, host name, these three are same. So depends upon the usage, we will call this one. Okay. So depends upon the usage. If you install the SAP on the one operating system, if you install the application server on this operating system is called the SAP application system. If you install the DB on the same operating system, this is called the DB operating system, right? If you install the some other operating system here. So, but SAP, you need to put the one SID. Definitely to identification purpose, we have to give the one SID to the SAP application here, right? So this is about the some technical terms. Tomorrow, when we are going to install the SAP, that time this technical terms which will come into the picture. So that time you will get confused. What is meant by SID, instance number, host name, all those things, right? So that's why you should be ready with the all these technical terms, software requirements, then hardware requirements, the versions of the SAP here. So these things, so you should learn this all those things here, right? So tomorrow we'll discuss about the how to download the SAP softwares, then how to start the installation here. So directly we will jump into our topic without any delay from tomorrow. So download the SAP softwares, then how to log into the servers, my practice servers, how to log into the my practice servers. Then so once you log into the practice servers, so then how to log in, how to install, how to work on the SAP here. So for sample, this is the SAP application, right? This is the SAP login pad. In this login pad, in your desktop, you have the login pad. In the login pad, you have the servers are configured. Then you need to log into the SAP application like this here, right? With the user ID and password. Then here we have to work on the SAP here. This is the SAP screen. Look like this is the SAP screen here. This is the SAP screen here. This is the SAP login pad to log into the SAP. This is the SAP screen. Here we have to work. Here you need to enter the transaction code here. Here you need to work all kind of things. We have to work it out here, right? So this is the here if you enter the one transaction code, you will get the related application. You will get related business page. You will get it out here, right? Here we can enter the employees data, salaries data. HR team will take care of all kind of work. So just for example, I am giving here. So here HR team will work, finance team, sales team, finance team, remain all the teams, they will work on this here. So we can also work on this one. But who will build this SAP application? Basis team will build this SAP application. Basis means we are the basis consultants. We will build the SAP applications in the organization. So we have to give the server to them. They will work on it here. So this is the work we have to do in the organization. Not only this work, we have the other work also do. So this is the one simple work we have to do it here. Okay. Tomorrow we'll start the installation work here. Okay.